I have one regret. I have 2 regrets in life. One of them...
Check video 1.
Check.
Video 2.
Good.
Audio 1.
Audio 1.
Audio 2.
Audio 2. Good.
Everything's rolling.
Rolling.
You're rolling on the PC too?
Yes.
That's Mac.
Mac, PC.
got
We're
it.
rolling on PC.
I'm just checking because... welcome back to Jacob V Weekly. We want to start like we do every week by reminding you that some guy that works in the kitchen gave me a bunch of free hash last night, so... Oh, we're off to a rocky start this evening. That's everything you just had to listen to. Tim, I wanted to cold open with your story you were talking about.
So I have 2 regrets in life, and this is based on your Clarissa Explains It All fanny pack. One regret is I went to the Gypsy Caravan over at UMSL's campus about 10 years ago, and I came across a fez, like a beautiful, real fez, and it was probably like $25, and I talked myself out of buying that. And I still think about it to this day. The other one is a Lisa Frank messenger bag that was plastic and it had a cat on it and it was teal and hot pink. And it reminded me a lot of your fanny pack over here, and I regret not getting it. So I never say...
How much was that?
Oh, it was probably like $5, maybe less. It was a
Tim,
garage sale.
What? See,
dude,
this
I
is
know.
That broke bitch shit.
Right. It was written on the
If I see nostalgic joy at a garage sale, it could be twice as much as anything you just mentioned.
You're right.
I have to have it.
Mm-hmm.
If nothing else, once a year my family does a rob your neighbor type of Christmas exchange, like a white elephant.
Yeah.
And so at least if I decide I don't want it later, I know it's going to be good for that. We're going to end
That's
that
a good
for
idea.
You have to treat yourself.
That's a really good idea.
Treat yourself.
Jesus is going to be back soon.
Oh my God.
So
They're rushing it.
I think they are rushing it, and there are people that think that, whether or not you believe it, people in power believe the book of Revelations, and they're using it like a checklist to kickstart the apocalypse. And then they're going to burrow underground with all the resources they've hoarded, which is fine.
Do you think they're going to burrow underground? I think they're already showing us what they're doing, which is building up the deserts of, like, Dubai. They're demonstrating what humans can do and where they can live, where there is nothing.
And if you just don't let women drive.
Right. And they have tigers for
See,
pets.
we could have flying cars, but you're putting women in them.
Disclaimer, that is a joke.
This is satire. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only.
I don't know. There's some truth to it.
Tim, God.
This is supposed to be our Pride episode, not our straight episode.
Yeah.
Tim,
This is our
Pride,
3rd or 4th annual Pride stream, and we're just so grateful for all of the elder femmes that have come before us and taken all those L's so that we could show our pussies on Instagram.
You better show that puss.
I mean, that part of it I like. I just wish we also had like whole family structures and, like, you know, peace and harmony.
Including what?
Well, I don't mind people being empowered to, you know, as you said, put your pussy on the street.
Put your pussy on that street.
I just
splat it down. Splat.
Oh my God, that sounds painful.
I know. I just wish people didn't get so upset about it.
Yeah. I mean, don't do a bare puss. You can always You can have layers of protection.
Find a fragment
you have to have
of
boundaries.
a trash bag.
If you don't have boundaries, then that's
standards
just
and
room.
boundaries.
That's room
Standards
for
and boundaries.
All I can
the devil
imagine
to
is
come
just
in.
asphalt on ass.
No, that would be unpleasant. But maybe if you have a grassy median.
A grassy median is perfect
Because you're still betwixt the street, but you have a little Mother Nature that's been tricked into growing in the middle.
You can pound the yard.
They're adding all kinds of weird little medians over here on Kings Highway.
Why? Do you know why?
To break up the drag racing.
Is that for real?
That's gotta
Why
be.
is that happening?
That's the only reason.
Drag racing happens on a curve?
Oh, hell, it's fun.
Yeah.
You never played Gran Turismo?
I did, actually.
You remember the
I had that
turns?
game. It was more of like just a circle.
No, it was not.
They got to
played a lot
control
of,
the drag race. That's the drag that they want to actually ban. Ban that drag.
Yeah, they need to ban that
ban drag racing.
Yeah.
No drag racing.
That's what they actually mean. It's
That's
just
what
that
they're actually mad about. They got confused, and it's been a real mix-up.
right,
Yeah, a big
because most
mix-up.
of the United States has up to maybe a 6th grade reading level, but I think it's lower than that now.
So ban drag racing, not drag shows.
It's got to be lower than that now because it was that 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't you
no
don't
way.
hear my kablams happening at 2 or 3 in the morning waking you up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the drag. The drag racing is really the issue.
Are you saying kablams?
Yeah.
What is a kablam?
Or shablams?
Both.
But what is that?
My kablam is a pussy fucking drop onto the grassy knoll.
Oh, a kablam.
But-
It's a move.
Kablam.
Kablam.
A shablam
Yeah.
is where you throw yourself backward.
Yeah, I was doing a kablam.
Yeah.
Kablam made me think of the Nickelodeon show.
Yes.
You remember that?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Remember that one? Action League Now. Prometheus and Bob.
Do you remember?
Who was that? The Angela one?
Angela Anaconda.
Yeah.
We talk about her, I think, every Pride episode.
That's not true.
You don't think so?
We talk about Angeline.
We're still unsure of how many
Angela
Pride-
Anaconda. We talk about Angela Anaconda every year.
Haven't
Every
we?
year.
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like
we still don't agree on which Pride episode it is right now.
We could count. I have all my devices employed to produce the show.
We've actually never done it before.
This is the first time Tim's been on the show. And that reminds me of that guy on the first part of it was a guy on TikTok explaining that the people that are doing the instructional video on how to clean your toilet, they're mixing chemicals that create toxic compounds together. And then he stitches himself, then she, and she's like, "You're still doing this? I'm trans now. How are you still alive?" And because that's really what happened is a gentleman stitched a TikTok of somebody cleaning a toilet the wrong way. And then in their journey transitioned to a lady and then found out that same person was still cleaning the toilet that way and somehow surviving.
It's been so long I'm trans now.
It's been so long I'm trans, but you're making mustard gas in your toilet.
That's crazy.
And
I always worry about making mustard gas.
well, because like you're not supposed to mix like bleach and ammonia or something.
Yeah.
And those are two of the main things you'll find in different bathroom cleaners. And some people think it's satisfying on the internet to fill a toilet bowl with every cleaning product you have in the house and clean it that way.
Why?
You haven't seen that?
It's like an ASMR.
I will fuck you up.
This is what a conversation is. I ask you questions, you respond to them. I have seen them, but my question is like, why do people do this? Because
I think it's mostly because it's satisfying.
I get actually a lot of satisfaction out of using my what is it? What do I use?
I haven't been there.
Is it Clorox? That doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
Comet. Yeah. And it's like one of those sidewinding.
Comet holds up.
squeeze, you know, and like that's the satisfaction I get. I don't know. People think way too much about it. It's incredible that people get paid by doing that.
I don't know that person's making money.
You don't think so?
They could be an aspiring janitor.
What is that? Oh, that's juice.
I'm squeezing out I got to get juice on my
We're
way
watching
to
my
the-
brother's dog.
Who?
This week, my brother.
This is how this happens.
Oh, just the random tossing.
That's why there was stuff on the floor. Me and Joe were in here all night cleaning.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But
Yeah.
Have you never noticed that before?
that pattern
Yeah.
of behavior, no, I have. But I can't believe I just did that.
Yeah.
That's really what I can't believe. The only way for me to keep myself from playing with that bottle of nicotine juice that is now officially empty is to get rid of it. And I have a trash can right there, but this is a hell of a shot. Oh, that was much closer.
No, it
Yeah.
wasn't.
We're going to work on that.
That's totally how that happens because then you have to go pick it
Then
up.
what you
and
do is,
picking it up
and that's
is
the part
like,
I don't do.
You don't do that.
You know what you need to get is one of
I
those
have a hard
claws.
time with
I have
that.
one.
Oh, well,
Yeah, but like, the claw can get, certain stuff, but you're not going to sit there and just fucking poke at it with the claw.
But that's the thing,
Why
is that it
not?
piles up. Like if I go
Yeah.
clean that up right now, that's not going to be a problem.
Why not put your trash receptacles closer to you?
why not get off
Yeah.
your ass and throw it into the trash can?
No, I mean, because I say just like set it up for success. You know what I mean?
Set it up for success.
Set it up for
well,
success.
and then what becomes the problem is 6 weeks down the line when that trash can is full.
Yeah, but then that's the part you got to pick that up though, and you got to put it outside. Yeah.
I can't do everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could do a lot.
Something's got to go.
But if
Something's
I have
gotta
to
go.
cut something off my list, why can't somebody come by and take that trash can out to the dumpster?
They can. You have to pay them though.
Here's the thing. My dad got a new cleaning lady, and she hasn't been there in a month. It's impossible to get her.
Hey, I come from a line of cleaning ladies, okay? There are ones out there that will do what you need to do, and that will do it and be thankful for the opportunity to get.
Yeah, I think
money.
I need one of them just to come live here for a couple months.
You think they'll do that too? Get on that queer exchange group.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I do have a lovely attic space that reminds me of those spaces where some of those people live. Mm-hmm. The people that like when they killed the guy in that one show, and they had a gimp full time in the attic.
What?
They had somebody tied up in a leather outfit 24 hours a day in their attic.
And he's like
Is this a
rock
true
hard.
crime?
Is he like?
No, it was
is
like
he-
an American Horror Story, maybe.
Oh. Yeah, that might have been
yeah.
the first American Horror Story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And he was all upset because nobody else knew about the gimp.
The gimp.
The gimp.
Yeah.
And he was afraid. You got to feed and water a person, even if they are living in
Even if they are
that
rock
lifestyle.
even
They
if they
still need a
are-
little moisture. They need a little sustenance, and you're going to want to clean that suit out.
Even if they are rock hard in your
Yeah.
attic, they still need sustenance.
But that was actually really romantic. Now that I think about it.
That they left him up there?
No. That he was scared. The moment I'm remembering is the guy was like being threatened, and he was scared that nobody was going to go get and save the gimp because nobody knew.
Yeah.
Oh.
He screamed like nobody knows it's up there, and they didn't know what he meant. And then they went and found out. It was his gimp. You got to feed and water and hose the gimp.
Yeah.
Can I say that word on YouTube? Am I going to have to bleep all of those?
I don't know.
I don't know if gimp is a bad word, is it?
Is it the preferred nomenclature?
I think you're not calling someone a gimp. You're
No,
not
I think
saying-
there's that is what a gimp is. If I Google gimp, that's going to come up.
Please don't Google gimp on my computer.
do it.
Well, I don't know if we're going to be able to use any of that. So,
Anyway,
you don't remember this show either? I'm going
Yeah.
to quit initiating the
I
references.
don't remember those.
for a
No,
while.
Those
I
other
do.
arcs.
You talked through it.
I explained the whole thing.
I do remember.
Right.
I personally, I always got through like maybe 4 episodes of Ryan Murphy American Horror Story and then got disinterested. So I liked Coven. I watched that all the way through.
Except for they ruined it.
How?
I thought the last couple episodes were really upsetting.
The thing that
I thought like the first 10 or 12 episodes were a masterpiece, and I loved it. And then I felt like they were like rushing the ending to like kill everybody off or something.
potentially, but I don't know. I'm a fan of.
But I did like the very end.
The very wait.
Yeah.
Was the very end where she's in the piney whatever.
I love the consequences of the whole thing
Yeah.
and that arc for that character.
Naughty
Really,
Pine.
the thing that upset me is, spoiler alert, when they killed the healer witch and she got trapped in hell, dissecting that frog forever.
God, you have a really good memory. I haven't watched that show in a long time.
Oh god, I only watched it once.
Well, same, but I don't know what I was doing.
So the
while I was
hippie
watching
healer
it.
witch,
I remember
that would
bits
bring
and
people
pieces.
back from the dead with the mud. She had to go to hell and come back, but she got stuck. And then like, what's her name is holding her, and then she like disintegrates into dust. And I was like, that bitch didn't even want to be there. They made that bitch go through all those trials to be the supreme.
Oh.
And she didn't even want any part of that shit. She wanted to bring frogs back to life in the woods, and now she's stuck in hell, and it's all their fault.
Damn.
Stuck in
And I couldn't really
hell.
get over that.
Then that's
But Jessica's consequences at the end I thought were lovely.
the Naughty Pine room.
Yeah.
We feel like we're in it.
There's a lot of...
There's a lot of Naughty Pine.
Look at this. This is all knots through here. Knots all through the bitch.
Look at your ceiling.
Holy fucking Jesus.
I never looked up.
Guys, welcome back to Jacob V Weekly. We want to start like we do every week by reminding you to check out Caddyshack of Hamel, Illinois. CATTYSHACKIL.org. Patreon.com/Jacob V. To support this show financially. I'm shooting more content this weekend. I can't get out of it. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm at Off-Broadway. We're Blinded by Stereo tonight. We're wearing costumes. No Antics is at Off-Broadway tomorrow. I'll be there selling merch and shooting video. And I don't know. It's too much.
It's too much,
You're a busy
and
guy.
you have to give something up so you can pick up, okay? Give it up,
So
pick it up.
it's Pride Month, but it's also... isn't it like Men's Mental Health Month?
Yeah.
Is that supposed to be at the same time?
Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Who knows?
Who knows?
Is it okay that it is?
I don't care.
Okay, good.
Also, who makes
well-
these days?
What?
That's what I'm saying.
Who
Like,
makes these days?
I don't know. I think
probably by Walmart or something.
It's probably big brands.
yeah.
It's probably.
It's probably freaking Men's Health magazine.
You're probably right.
I saw a rumor on Instagram that Walmart is one of the Walmart ladies is funding the protest tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I saw that too. Yeah, the
There's no King's
daughter?
protests happening June 14th across the America, and one of the daughters of the Walton family is way
Ooh.
into that. I'd like to assume maybe it's ideological, but it's probably influenced by labor, I would imagine.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, she put out she paid for a full page ad in the New York Times.
Right.
That's how this got out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it an inside job? You think they're doing it for more?
Well, that's the other thing. I have
money?
family in Los Angeles who, when everybody has been blowing their phones up saying, "Oh my God, are you okay?" They're like, "Yeah, it's actually like a 4-block radius of,"
yeah.
Right.
you know what I mean? Of-
Yeah. It's
It's
like a
not
block of people.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
Like they're,
most of the videos are of people dancing.
my
together.
TT doesn't need to evacuate. Is
Right.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Well, that's what people were saying too in LA when the fires were happening. They were like, people who were living there were like, we get fires every year. The reason why these are so bad is because of these winds, but we're okay. And it's not to like say that people weren't affected by it, but
It's basically probably the maybe even less than the tornado went through in St. Louis.
Oh,
Would you
yeah.
say?
yeah, because
Less.
people did ask. Did they ask you? Were you okay? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, people who were far enough out of the way they didn't know exactly where in St. Louis. I live like literally my family.
Yeah.
But it's like the closer you are, the closer you understand it.
What's good for
you
the
know?
goose is good for the gander.
That's what I always say.
I've
been
always
saying
said that. I've always said
saying that.
You know what I'm horrified of?
What?
Canadian fucking geese.
I like them.
Yeah,
I think they're beautiful and
fierce.
majestic, but I don't want to be up in their grill.
No, I
Yeah.
don't like it when they hiss at you. But
That's what I'm saying. That's the whole thing I'm talking
But it is
about.
kind of funny. I think it's funny. I don't think a goose is
Oh,
going to
yeah.
hurt me.
I think it could.
Well, it's temporary.
This realm.
The pain is temporary.
If
It's
the
worth
goose
it.
sends me to Jesus, I'm in the kingdom of heaven. What do I care?
That's exactly how I feel.
I'm
Yeah,
in the
I could die at any moment, and you know what? I know that I'm at
heaven.
peace.
And so that's why you're not afraid of a Canadian goose.
no, yeah.
I should try that. Next time I see a goose, I'm going to think, if this goose kills me, I'm going to be playing Grand Theft Auto 3 with Jesus.
I have thought. Those are thoughts that I have almost daily. It's
I'm going to be
if
playing
this is the
PlayStation
thing-
2 with Jesus, and I'm going to have a
Yeah.
Sam's Club tub of Utz cheese balls, and I'm not going to need to ever be afraid of a goose again. So why am
No.
I afraid of this goose now?
Yeah.
And because it's June, I'm gonna go up to that goose. I'm gonna say, "Yes,
I'm going to say, slay, bitch. It's giving like Maleficent.
Serving. You are serving.
Big
Word.
Bird.
You are over.
Actually, it is kind of like if Maleficent had a baby with Big Bird. That's a Canadian goose.
Yeah.
Those are both gay icons.
Maleficent and Big
Bird.
Bird. They definitely
Big
are.
bird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh huh.
Well,
Yeah. I was more of a snuffleupagus.
I was too. Those lashes.
Yeah.
the lashes,
those
the lashes on Snuffleupagus.
Yeah.
Did you guys know Little
Those are
Nas
301s
X
for
was
sure.
at my last show?
Who?
Lil Nas X.
Oh, I heard he
yeah.
was in St. Louis.
Yeah, it's on the Patreon. You can see the whole video, and I totally fucked up what would have been a good shot of a guitar solo to zoom in on Lil Nas X, who was okay. So here, you probably saw there was a TikTok of
Yes.
he went to Handlebar,
Yes.
and was dancing with people. Well, when he got down there, I don't know where he ended up, but what I saw on the camera, so I had all these cameras set up for the concert because I shoot all my shows for Patreon.
Yeah.
And there's a guy that I remember seeing because he was right behind me, standing in the window. And then comes walking up a younger gentleman in a white T-shirt. And I don't necessarily immediately think anything of it, except for I get a text message, hey, did you see Lil Nas X last night? And I said, no, I didn't. But he was standing literally like this close to me. My back is up against the window at Platypus, and he's on the other side of the window. And so you look in the cameras, he walks up in the second chorus of Forever and a Day by Blinded by Stereo. He stands there, he's kind of bobbing along, and then he starts smiling a little bit, and he starts bobbing along some more, and then as soon as Matt starts singing, he smiles, and he turns around, and he goes across the street to Prism.
Hilarious.
So he wasn't in the show. He didn't pay cover.
How have I not seen this video? Do I have to be on the Patreon to see that video? Or
No, I can send it to you because I have an unlisted link. I just
Why have you not put it into
I think I also
the
have
algorithm?
why
Didn't you
I made a
immediately
clip
put
of it that I sent to the Blinded by Stereo guys. I don't know what happens. I'm working on stuff all the time.
You gotta put it.
This weekend I'm gonna have 2 shows and a podcast to cut.
Yeah.
But you're right. No, you're right. But it still exists. But I
want to see it. I want to, regardless.
I sent the exact clip to. I just don't have.
What do you need? What can I get you?
You can't do everything, okay?
Yeah, you can't do
everything.
You know what I need? It's just this green cable over here.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah. If it's plugged into something, it's not plugged into something. Let me give you a box. I need to give you a cube.
Give me that cube.
Can I get a cube?
Did I find one over here? Do you have one?
Yeah. There's a here. I got one right here. Because if I can get in my iMessage, I can. But Lil Nas X, big fan of Blinded by Stereo, especially the instrumental sections. And then I guess just worked the whole thing. I don't know why he would have been in town. Was he playing? Did he play in town that weekend?
No, I don't think so. I think maybe he was just coming to hang
Was he
out.
going to Pride? Was it that weekend? Has Pride happened?
No, it's the weekend of the 26th, right?
Yeah. Last weekend in June.
And I'm gonna post it on
Did
the.
he go to maybe? It was last week, right? Did he go to the Kendrick Lamar and SZA concert?
That could have been that. Is he friends with them?
Apparently, according to Google AI overview, Lil Nas X was in St. Louis to visit a local venue, Handlebar, in the Grove neighborhood as part of his recovery from a recent hospitalization for partial facial paralysis.
The fuck?
Why would? But wait. Oh, maybe he was getting some kind of medical treatment here. Is that what they're saying? And then he visited Handlebar while he was here.
I guess so.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. He came.
I don't know anything about where.
Yeah, because remember, I was telling. This is not related at all, but when you had your appendix removed,
Yeah.
did I tell you? I think I told you that.
Oh yeah, that just happened.
Trixie Mattel was in town like 2 years ago and had to cancel her show at Webster because she had to have an emergency appendectomy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you
Oh,
guys are
shit.
survivors together.
Survivors. No appendix club.
Yeah.
I wonder if I still have mine.
How do you know when you need to get it removed? Because
They
hurts.
it took to a CT scan for them to find out that it needed to be.
what were your
removed.
symptoms?
My symptoms were a searing pain in my right side that would get like slowly increased over time for like 4 hours, and it was kind of like a pulse. It was like I couldn't distract myself from the pain. When I called the nurse first, she asked, the scale of 10.
Ain't a little bitch. I think I'll get out of here. That album was the
I can
shit.
run
Just as fast as
I can to the middle of nowhere.
How do we get there?
That song's called
Just like a pill?
Just Like a Pill by Pink.
By Pink.
Yeah.
And she was complaining about the nurse. You were complaining. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Who am I?
Hey, you know what? I take them all.
But what am I, your father?
Yeah. No, because I know that you're not doing it out of malicious intent.
I could, though.
But I was
Yeah.
thinking Pink. You were channeling Pink at that time.
I was.
You
yeah.
were
I felt like Pink rocking back and forth from the pain in the hospital chair.
Oh god.
And,
Okay, so anyway, on the scale, I was like 7, maybe an 8, and she's like, okay, 7's moderate, 8 is severe, and I was like, okay, we'll go to 8. And so she's like, I would suggest go to the hospital the next hour. So then, because I'm not the type of person that is like wants to bother the nurses at the Trauma 1 Center at Barnes Jewish, you know. So I don't want to go in there and have it be like a fart bubble, you know.
Here's the thing. That happened to my friend Peggy.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I thought this was a peanut cruncher.
No, that's a butterfly knife.
What's this from?
It was my grandfather's.
Is this legal?
Yeah, this is Missouri, baby.
Yeah.
My friend Peggy.
How are you feeling? How was
Horrible
your
abdominal
recovery?
pain.
I'm feeling great. Yeah.
Went to the ER, and they pushed down on her gut, and she farted real loud in front of 5 nurses, and she said, "Oh, that's gonna be $100."
That's so fucking funny. I was worried about that, but here's the difference: is it didn't move throughout my body because I know when I have like a gas bubble or like you know.
Yeah, you can squeak it around.
Yeah, you can do like a little bit of child's pose. You can do some.
Are
like,
you guys often
Did you try that?
having stuck
Yes.
gas bubbles?
No, mine don't get stuck.
I just I love eating at night and then going immediately to bed.
Oh, same
Well,
here.
that's awful for your
And
body.
Oh,
it is
it's
awful
so
for your
bad, but
body.
I do the
I
same
get the
thing.
worst cramps, but I could sleep through it. But this one I could not. This one I could not. So they thought it was my gallbladder at first. They did the ultrasound, but my appendix was sneaky and was up and under my small intestine, so they didn't even think about it being appendicitis at all until 5 hours later when I got the CT scan. They're like, "Oh, you have appendicitis,"
What causes appendicitis?
but they don't know.
They just don't
They
know.
have no idea.
But- and it's
they
like an
can't
organ that
give
we
you
don't need,
they can't
right?
give you a list of things that it could be. It's just I don't know. It just happens, you know.
Didn't Rocco from Rocco's Modern Life have to have his appendix
I think
removed?
so,
Do you remember
yeah.
when Heifer had his fat removed?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, while you're in there, you can just shave a
I just
few
remember
off
the
the
very
top.
end of the episode, his fat flying up into heaven.
Oh yeah. He had all that confidence afterwards.
Yeah.
God.
My dad used to call my mom that.
Heifer?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
That's horrible.
That's good. That's good trauma. Get it out. Get
Yeah.
it out.
How did that play into your own feelings about your body?
Oh, it did.
Good question. Good question. Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't worry about that.
You know, whenever I introduce myself to people, I like to say my pronouns are he, they, sometimes girl.
Yeah.
I'm not a girl. I'm not a bitch. I'm not
Yeah.
a girl.
Girl.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Yeah. I like
Whenever I say my pronouns, I say he, him, and I don't think anyone believes me.
Are you serious?
people don't ask me.
at least a he, they.
I mean,
Yeah. Don't you love how we're getting so subcategorized?
It's so hard.
I don't know what your
subgenres.
Instagrams are
It's
like.
so hard because the thing is, I've as an adolescent, a teenager, I was never anything. I mean, I was obviously
Yeah.
gay, but didn't know that I would have to turn 35 and then really have to figure out what I'm supposed to tell everybody all the time.
Yeah.
And it comes from being around people who are just 10 years younger than me. I have never felt older than being 35, but I love it.
Never felt older than 35.
Right.
That's a pop punk song right
Yeah,
there.
that's done.
Okay, well,
that's a
straight to
Bowling for
Sony.
work
Soup
on that.
song.
We could do that as Fred Schneider.
What?
Oh, yeah, and the B-52
She's
thing.
cover band.
Well, because this is part of why I'm
Never felt older than 35.
No,
That's not
that's this is pop punk. I never felt older than 35.
Summer of friendship. Friendship summer.
It's the last forever.
Whoa!
Last forever.
I'm working on it. I'm trying to yes and.
Don't tell
Yeah,
your
you're doing
dad
it. You're
I'm
doing it.
25.
What'd you just say?
Don't tell your dad I'm 25. I'll be over tomorrow in my Honda Accord.
And I feel so alone.
My car only has 2 seats, but no one's in the other seat. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And then you know.
Yeah.
That's how the kids play guitar now. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it?
They slap it. They do things.
I've
with their
never felt
hands.
older hearing that.
Who's the last? Never felt older than 35.
Are you 35?
Yeah.
Lord Jesus.
Are you really?
I'm middle aged.
No.
Yeah.
We're 34 still.
I'm
I had for the
I'm
first
staring
time,
down the barrel.
For the very first time yesterday, someone said to me, "Oh, that must be like a generational difference." And I was like, "What?
What are you talking about, generations? I am the generation. I am the only generation.
Yeah.
Oh, cat.
Yeah, if somebody's saying it's a generational difference to me, they better have a diaper on.
Yeah.
Right.
They better be 85 years old.
Well, I better see their
Never felt older than 85.
5-page paragraph essay that they've written without AI, ChatGPT, and then tell me.
Yeah. Cite your sources.
That's the thing, man. I used to do, compared to what people have to do now, what I did in college just to turn essays in on time, we are like authors. We actually typed all that shit.
That's my work. My name is on that.
I have all that shit still in a Google Drive folder.
me-
and
let
I'm
me-
There
like,
are several of you that's also my work.
yeah.
Maybe not you.
Yeah, that's the thing. The AI is not stealing from us because we never published that stuff.
Exactly. Well, yeah, no.
Yeah, they have to go into my records.
Yeah, if your AI model
Those are
is
my
looking
Google
at my teacher
my
work
flash
samples
drive.
from
Yeah.
2012, get a better AI model.
Yeah.
No kidding.
I would have been a student that would have used AI and would have tried the hardest to outsmart my teachers to try and not have to write an essay.
Yeah, I could have made it
I
pass.
failed. I had to do summer school for English.
Why?
I used to. You know who's out of a job?
I
is
wasn't
me.
able to graduate until I did summer school.
What was it? What did it for you?
Words? Putting them together. It was the grammar. It was like the writing. It was like whenever you had to write essays, it was like, what do you want from me? What do you want me to say?
We're both English teachers.
I know.
Right.
I know. It's the.
And the thing is, I don't want you to say anything except for something that I can actually read.
Yeah, and I would have just bullshitted
Right.
and bullshitted, and then they would catch it, and so I don't know. I was just more music like centered. I just
Yeah.
wanted to play music and hang out with my friends and smoke cigarettes.
God, cigarettes were good back then.
I didn't have them.
Well, anyway, they were so delicious.
I'm so sick of you.
I love lighting up after leaving all girls Catholic high school.
I love that image. It's not fair.
Yeah.
Mine was like getting on the
In my
bus.
1990
Getting on
Honda
the bus.
Civic.
Yeah.
I love going out to my friend Leslie's 97 Toyota Corolla and just ripping a dart, a fucking Parliament light.
Yeah.
Wow. I remember looking at people like you and being like, you're going to ruin your lives.
And look at me now.
And look at us now. Now people are all over your TikTok telling you nicotine is good for your brain.
Well, I think I started that.
Yeah.
I really do. I've been telling everybody, just what is the point of inhaling the vapors? Just get a cigarette.
Dude, my dad started smoking again after like 30 plus years. And
We're so back.
And his front teeth fell out.
Wait,
Okay.
say that again? What?
My
His
dad
front teeth
started
fell out?
smoking again. Yeah. his front teeth were like so bad. I don't know if it was like dental hygiene plus the smoking.
It
but
has
was
to be.
smoking. It was so rapid that he was eating a fucking bratwurst and his front tooth came out.
Was it
Can I say
already-
something?
And he's
Those
like
were
him.
already not great.
Yeah.
I think that's the point.
Yeah.
Is
It's
that
not this- he
but the
wants you to
cigarette
believe it was-
smoke didn't help. That's for
Probably
damn
not.
sure.
It definitely dried his mouth out.
Is he
Yeah.
also biting all the cigarettes?
No.
I always thought that was kind of sexy though. Like when
Yeah.
someone would hold a cigarette in their front teeth when they would light it.
Did he used to chew ice?
No.
What?
People chew ice.
Here's the thing. That's mostly genetic.
It is.
I mean, teeth. You don't have to have good teeth on both sides. Does your mom have totally decent teeth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Then you probably have your mom's teeth.
Okay. All right, good.
I have good spongy bone tissue all throughout my whole jaw. It's just a genetic predisposition. Some people have better teeth than others.
Yeah.
My grandmother has all of her teeth at 82, 81. And then, but on the other side of my family, there's people that, don't have as many teeth.
Well,
It's genetic.
it's just what happens.
So
It's genetic and it's based on generational.
Wait, who do
wealth
I
and how
work
good
for
your
though?
dental
Because my whole
insurance
angle
is.
here is don't let your father blame that on them cigarettes.
Yeah.
No, my mom.
Right.
My mom
Don't.
was the one
Listen.
like, Pat, you have to stop.
Philip Morris will come to
smoking.
your house.
Your teeth are falling out of your head.
Now, however, if you just had some teeth fall out of your head, you should not be smoking.
Yeah.
You need that to heal up.
Yeah, he quit. Yeah,
Well, that'll make you do it.
he retired and he didn't have to smoke anymore. You don't have that.
That's
Yeah.
what doesn't do it.
You don't have that annoying.
No, because if you want a
nagging
cigarette, you can
job.
just go back to bed. You're
Right.
retired.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah, literally.
You only you only eat fast food and smoke cigarettes and all those things kind of like as a protest. Like if I have to go through something that I'm going through, I'm going to have this thing that's bad because it makes me happy and what I'm experiencing is bad.
Oh.
Yeah.
I would never eat at a drive-through if I was just here all day. I'd have a lovely salad delivered like I did today.
A lovely salad.
I can't stand to pay the delivery fee for a salad.
It wasn't my idea.
Oh. Okay. Well, then you're
Somebody asked me,
Well, it
what do
wasn't
you,
my idea.
somebody asked me, what do you want for lunch? And I ordered a salad. And
what kind of salad?
I had a buffalo chicken salad, but with the sweet Italian house vinaigrette from the Seamus McDaniels.
Ooh.
Now, at Anthony's,
What kind of cheese is
I
on
like their
that?
buffalo chicken salad with the Greek dressing. They don't have Greek dressing at Seamus, so it's a similar thing, though. Similar vibe. I don't remember exactly, because I'm going to say there was some blue cheese on it.
How do you like to go to Schnucks and make salads in their salad bar?
Sure. I had a
Love it.
Schnucks Creek salad the other day that was excellent.
Oh, I like making my own salad and putting all of the toppings on it. Makes me feel like I'm at a buffet.
Yeah. I'm glad those are back. And that's a fancy contraption they have now
I
to
like
keep
it.
it all clean and everything. It's a lot better than it used to be.
Yeah, you just have to.
Have you
hit it
seen
a
the
bit.
new salad bar at Schnucks?
I have not.
It's
Oh, it
white and
lifts
it's
up.
Yeah, it's got like lift up, like hydraulic,
Which
like
one do you guys?
shields.
Is it just at any Schnucks?
Pretty much
a
all
lot of them. Yeah, the one right here has the salad bar I'm picturing.
Yeah, I bet they'll have it at the Arsenal.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I bet
I'll
it's
try-
like
I'll
that
peep
now.
it.
I first noticed the new style of salad bar after they brought salad bars back after COVID.
Right. Yeah.
But this Hampton Village just got a kind of a facelift,
Oh, did it?
which is funny. I've lived through a lot of facelifts of that Schnucks. I've been going to that Schnucks my whole life
Whole life.
because my pediatrician used to be right there when I was a child, and we used to
Yeah.
live over on Thalosen, which was just right behind like the Golden Hoosier.
Yeah, my parents just sold my childhood home, and
Wait,
Yeah.
I didn't know they still had it. Where was it?
off motherfucking Cave Springs.
But they've been out at the farm.
Yeah. Yeah, there was kind of like a dual at their.
Oh well, that's
because
a nice burden
because I
lifted
lived
off
out
of
at the
them.
farm.
Yeah.
Yeah, great burden. But it was sad to walk away from it. You know, like all those memories, and I don't go out to St. Charles except to see family. You know, so now.
I like the way that you said your street name. Like, did you know the street name? What street name?
Cave Springs.
Like, as if, and that's over where?
That's a
Charles.
joke we used to always make. That was the exit.
Oh, Cave Springs?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cave
Oh.
Springs off 70.
Where do I live? I don't know. Sorry, never mind.
Like you, I would say, you, I would say, motherfucking, is that Richardson? I would get off on.
In Arnold?
Yeah, to get to your quick trip,
Like Merrimack Bottom.
Merrimack Bottom,
Yeah.
right? So that was like the,
Richardson, yours was Cave Springs.
yeah. When I first asked Nighthawk
I
where,
did not know that you grew up out in like St. Charles.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Look at me.
Look at you. Rebellion.
Yeah.
I had a run-in with some teenagers after Fortune Feimster at a BP in Chesterfield.
What?
tell me about this.
So it's Jeff's birthday. We went to Miley. It was wonderful. We got those pork bun, you know, delicious. We hightail it out of there. Jeff has no idea that we're going to see Fortune Feimster. His, like, the question mark on his face gets bigger every time. Like, the further we get out on 40, he's like, why are we going out to Chesterfield? You hate it out here. We get to the factory. Fortune Feimster is wonderful. Getting out of the parking lot at the factory was insane.
Yeah.
So we were almost out of gas, and there's no gas stations nearby.
No.
So we had to drive to like the edge of Chesterfield. We get to this BP. Jeff gets gas. I get a couple scratch offs.
As one does.
It's his
Yeah.
birthday.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
So I'm getting two $2 scratch offs. Take them outside. Have Jeff do one. I do the other. I win $4.
Oh.
I go back inside to get another $2 one and two $1 ones. I won $2 more, went back inside to get another one. While I'm going in the third time, I overhear this, like, clearly between the ages of 18 and 20-year-old kid wearing, like, what I think of as a stereotypical golfer's outfit. And he's like, oh, yeah, like, my friend Josh was telling me all about that at AA last weekend.
Oh, my God.
And these two kids are talking so loud. And he's like, oh, man, that's like, what a horrible thing to happen. Oh, well, like last summer, we were always trashed over at the golf courses and blah, blah, blah. And so they're walking up and I'm like, clearly they're going to try and buy alcohol. None of my business. I'm over here trying to do my scratch offs because I'm at the other counter. I'm like over there scratching it off, and this kid comes up over my shoulder to watch me do my scratch off.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, whoa. I turn into my father. You don't walk up on a man while they're doing their lottery.
You did not.
I swear to God.
You did not. Were you drunk?
He's like, no, because I don't drink. So
you don't drink anymore?
At all.
Me neither.
Yeah. Right. I know.
I didn't know that about you, though.
Yeah. No, I don't drink. So anyway, I'm like, you don't walk up on somebody, and he's like, whoa, sorry. I didn't know you couldn't look at someone doing the scratch offs. Meanwhile, the other kid is standing at the counter trying to, like, looking at cigarettes. He's asking the clerk to show him the different cigarettes.
Oh my God.
So I just go,
here's your finest Newport.
Like it's a cigar store.
Right.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You don't know the differences. And so the guy goes, so I go, I don't think either of you are. I go, are either of you old enough to buy cigarettes? And the kid goes, oh yeah, I'm 24 and he's 23. Jeff walks out of the bathroom and goes, well, I think I'm going to get some snacks for when we get home. And I go, no, let's go.
Yeah.
So we leave. It was really, really fun.
I was picturing Jeff was pumping gas and he was like watching you inside. He's like, oh no.
No.
Oh God, what are we going to do?
No,
do
he
I leave him
out.
here?
Yeah. No. There was no brawl. It was.
Did you at least watch to see if they were able to get their cigarettes and beer?
No. So that's where Jeff just made me keep driving.
Damn it.
Because I got in the car, rolled the windows down, and the one kid like walked out of the gas station with his hand over his chest. He definitely got the cigarettes, and he's like. And I'm like, did I scare him? What happened? And Jeff's like, just keep driving. Like, don't get into it with him. Don't say anything.
Okay.
That's what people have to say to me all the time. I'm that person.
Because you're huffy.
I'm huffy.
You're huffy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get really
You're
huffy.
I get
You're
really
huffy.
huffy.
Yeah. Because you know that it wasn't really...
Don't look at my scratch off, you dick!
Yeah, it was more like, what are you doing? It probably wasn't really like, you don't walk up on a man.
You don't walk up on a man
doing his scratch offs. Like, it was...
You know what? And he'll never walk up on a
think
man doing their scratch offs ever again.
He's like, I don't ever know. Out in Chesterfield, you never know what you're going to get.
Wait, did you actually take your voice down? Or was it like...
In my mind, I
You don't
did.
walk up on a man doing the scratch off.
Hey.
In Tim's mind, he turned into Red Genie Jafar.
Right.
Yeah.
At the very end.
Here you are.
Bitch, don't walk up on my scratch off.
You don't walk. Yeah. Excuse me.
Iago.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just watched that with the baby the other day. She watched the whole thing. She didn't fall asleep
Which
once.
one?
Aladdin.
The
OG.
first one?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So
yeah,
good.
it's good. It's good.
Yeah. It was my favorite as a kid.
Start them young.
And she has this playpen thing. And she just laid there and watched the whole thing. She didn't go to sleep once.
It's great.
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. I mean,
it's TV.
she might be ready for a smartphone already.
Yeah, I'm gonna get her a sidekick. You remember the T-Mobile sidekick?
Absolutely. Yeah, my best friend had one.
I remember the commercials. I don't remember what it looked like.
It was the
Poverty-stricken.
It would flip it up. It would like flip up, but it would do it like a really cool way.
Oh.
Like the screen would do like a 180.
I had a friend who had the
It looked like the Pokedex type thing from Yu-Gi-Oh, but it was a phone and it had a full keyboard.
Oh, I had one of those. Mm-hmm. I loved that phone.
Yeah,
In fact, if I could get a phone like this now, I'd take it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's something fidgety about it that just really turns me on.
Yeah. There was a friend of mine who had the Sidekick too.
It's like a dingle dongle.
Yeah.
Does it get your Kazam
What the fuck is a
going?
dingle dongle?
What's a dingle dongle?
Isn't a dingle dongle a thing?
A
It's just
dongle?
Oh.
But dingle dongle.
You thought this whole time, oh, she's got a dingle dongle.
Well,
Yeah, it's giving dingle dongle.
Yes, I'll have a dingle dongle.
please don't walk up on
Do
me
I
while I'm
have to
doing
have a
scratch
dingle
offs.
dongle? Do you have an Android? Is that what's going on here?
This
Can
is
I
the
see your
Android,
finest
yeah.
dingle dongles?
Excuse me, can you show me the dingle dongles?
Are you even old enough to buy a dingle dongle?
Are you even old enough to buy a dingle dongle? My God. We have to mention Iran and Israel are exchanging weapons right now.
Terrible.
Sure.
And
Wait,
then,
exchanging weapons or
yeah, meaning missiles. They're
Right.
launching missiles at
Right,
each other.
yeah,
That
yeah,
was trying to
yeah.
be polite.
That's
Yeah.
a nice way of bombing the shit out.
They're courting each other.
Yeah. Tel
Yeah,
Aviv
yeah.
is getting lit up right now, and Iran got a good last night, and so I'm going to pray for them.
Yeah.
I hope I have time to edit the show.
Let's
So-
just do a clap at this part.
Yeah, and then no, I mean edit like to post it before we get in on the riffraff.
Riffraff.
You remember Blast from the Past with Brendan Fraser?
Yes.
No.
Christopher Walken is his father.
Oh.
And when his mom is pregnant with him, his parents go into a bunker because they think they're being attacked. It was like the Cuban Missile Crisis. And then like a plane crashes in their backyard, so they think they really are being attacked. So they stay down there for like 30 years. And they have a son, Brendan Fraser, who's raised in the bunker, like Fallout.
Yes.
But then they have to send him out for supplies.
Okay.
And the world is normal, but they don't know that.
Yes.
And so he talks like he's from the 60s. And he was raised by people who were, older than that. And then and he falls in love with Alicia Silverstone.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
I do
She's from
remember that.
Pasadena, you find out at the end.
Oh.
And his mom tells him, if you can pick, marry a girl from Pasadena because they're a little bit nicer. And that's kind of more the vibe I was thinking. If I have to launch this episode of the podcast and then go into a bunker, is what I meant.
Oh.
Plane crash in India?
Yeah.
Yes.
You heard about this?
I heard there was a plane crash in India. There was a single survivor.
Yeah.
He was in seat 11A.
Yeah. He jumped out of the plane. Is the last I've heard. Is that he was in the exit row. He took the opportunity to open the exit door, and then I believe he jumped out of it before it crashed, and that's how he survived. What's your height that you'd be willing to jump off of to survive a plane? Not a burn on him. Okay. He walked to the ambulance.
Well, it depends on what he hit. If he hit trees,
Exactly.
it's totally
Right.
possible.
Totally. I mean, trees. Like I'm thinking, how much time do you need to like jump off the plane so that the plane is far enough away?
I would need.
like 30 feet. Like
It's
would I
probably
jump down 30
It's probably
feet?
going to be more.
What's a 2-story building? I don't know.
2 stories? Only like 20 feet,
It's
24 feet.
24 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 36 feet is 3 stories. I could do that.
I wouldn't be able to think about it.
That's
Sure,
the thing, to be able
sure.
to
I
react
I wouldn't be
that
able to
quickly.
Think about it.
And here's the thing: I'd have to be in the plane by myself. I'm not jumping out of a plane and leaving people I know behind.
Well, this guy's changing the story because every one of us would most likely just sit in there because that's what you're told to do, and like make yourself. What do you like hunker down or do you like?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you
I
make
should
yourself
probably
small.
start paying
because
attention to
you're
those.
They've in the event of an emergency, I don't think they tell you to do that anymore.
So you just brace.
Yeah.
You're bracing
Oh, yeah,
yourself.
yeah.
But he's changing the game. So I would do it. I would jump out of the plane.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean that's a crazy position to be in the exit row. But I want to know how long was the door open before he jumped?
I do. I want to know that too.
Yeah.
Like when do you open when do they say to open the exit? Or
Because if I
did he
can
do
open
it?
the door flies off.
Yeah.
And I can kind of see where I'm going, and I can kind of tell how long I have. I could make a decision where maybe I can feel confident to jump.
Here's the
but
thing.
I don't know how fast they're descending.
I would think that it would be right when you know that the plane is hitting the ground, you jump.
No, well, the explosion. I don't think you would. I don't think you would want to be in it while it's making contact.
Yeah.
Because
Yep.
of all the jet fuel.
And,
I think, like,
and you got
right
wings
before-
behind you and shit. You don't want to be on the same level of the.
And you're still going to be traveling forward at the same trajectory as the plane.
So you
so
gotta
you want to
gotta
give
go.
the plane some time to overtake you in
Smart.
distance.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And this guy thought about all of that, I'm sure.
And you know what's really sad is that I believe his brother died on the plane.
See, that's
like,
the part I
so,
wouldn't be able to do.
like leave your brother
now,
behind.
if it's me and Tim on the plane, and I'm
I'm grabbing you
Tim.
guys.
Come on, baby.
Okay.
Thelma and Louise.
I'm going.
Yeah.
We're jumping.
I'm not
Whoever
going.
I'm with, I'm grabbing their hand, and I'm like,
When I get on a plane, the moment it's going up like this, I think to myself, all right, well, if it goes down, it goes down.
Because you await your reward in the kingdom of heaven.
That's exactly.
You're like, listen, the doors have been shut. I'm buckled in.
I'm buckled in. I
Yeah.
said my prayers. I asked for forgiveness.
I
I'm
lit
fine.
that rosary up.
I
Yeah.
didn't do anything wrong.
How long does it take you to do a full rosary?
I think it's about 30 minutes.
God, free Dan.
you know what? As a kid, it felt like 2 hours.
30 minutes is 2 hours.
Are you kidding me? I could not wait for it to get back around to me. Do you know what I'm talking about? They take you into the church. They make you all stand in a big circle around the pews. Everybody got to say their one Hail Mary as you got around.
No.
Oh, that's cheating. Everyone
Yeah.
needs to be saying their own
We're all
full
saying,
rosary.
well, we all have to say amen.
Every time somebody
Every
finishes.
time, yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's accountability.
Right. Yeah.
I like that. Man, I would be the worst. If I was a priest, everybody would hate me.
Why?
Just because my instincts are all, that's not the right way. You have to do it the hardest possible way.
Yeah.
Weren't even there for it. It was our teachers.
I don't believe in that either.
Yeah. I mean, priests usually do it like the hardest way.
And the civilization where
That's what
my
I
people
remember.
come from, the priests were the teachers.
Yeah. And the diddlers.
Oh, that's the part I don't like. That
Yeah.
part I'm not for.
Oh,
So
no,
hard.
which I'm not for.
I'm not for that.
I'm not for that.
Never.
And that's not why I would be in it. I'd be in it
Okay, what if
to really give the word.
if the plane's going down in the ocean, I'm staying on the plane.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
the
they've
one
done enough
thing.
animation to show that when the plane lands in the water, there's going to be a flotation device.
Yeah.
So there's no point in jumping.
There's no
but
point
this
in
guy, was
jumping.
this guy over water?
No.
No, this guy landed in trees, I thought.
Yeah, it seems like a fucking neighborhood.
Oh, a neighborhood.
Like it took off from the airport, and
hit a
then it
hospital.
like.
It landed on a hospital.
No, but what did he hit when he jumped?
Oh, I don't know.
I bet he hit like the roof of a building. I bet he landed on top of something because you're right. It landed over like a residential area.
I would
Turns
thought
out it was Jason Bourne.
it was Jason Bourne. He hit
Yeah.
the ground running. He's actually totally fine.
It was actually Jason Bourne.
He's doing a victory lap right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane.
I don't think Matt Damon does his own stunts.
Not like Tom Cruise.
Not at all.
Not like Tom Cruise. I just saw a clip about Matt Damon talking about Tom Cruise's stunts.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. The how much time are we at? Just so
Oh, we're at 52. We're doing great.
good. I just didn't want to compromise my timeline here. My God, I got to take my baby down to Rolla for the 4th of July. Meet my whole family.
Oh wow.
Stop at Lion's Den on the way.
Lion's Den. What's that?
The adult
Boutique.
store.
It's called a boutique.
Yeah.
It's called an adult boutique.
It's very clean.
Except for I have an Aunt Kathy who will call it the fuck shop.
Oh my gosh.
So you go to the fuck shop.
No. Yeah.
Which I don't think is the preferred nomenclature.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that whole stretch. If you're going out 44 that way, is porn destroys lives. Next billboard, Lion's Den adult boutique. Next sign. You know what I mean?
Yeah, girls. God.
Right. That's why they do that. This is my favorite route that I take historically in my life. When you get on the country highway to get out to my Aunt Jane's resort, there's a sign that says, Jesus, think about it. But there's no punctuation. So, no, it says, think about it, Jesus, right? And I pronounce it like that because it's kind of written that way, but
Sure.
there's no punctuation at all. So I don't know if it's think about it, Jesus.
Yeah.
Or
Think
if it's
about it,
think
Jesus.
about it, Jesus. Like you're telling Jesus to
Think
think
about it, Jesus.
Or
Think
is
about
it,
it.
is it saying, think about Jesus for a minute? Will you just take a moment and think about the Lord?
Think about it,
I don't know which way they're going.
Jesus.
Yeah, and what part of it do you have to think about?
Yeah. Yeah, because that's the thing. It's not saying, it should just say, think about Jesus.
Right.
Take the it out.
Yeah. Think about Jesus.
Well, and then your questions are, well, then what am I supposed to think about Jesus?
But that's the thing. It's because there's no QR code or anything, so I don't know where the deeper reading is supposed to be.
Have you ever looked into how much it costs to buy a billboard?
Yeah,
Or like
sure.
to-
It
you
depends
have-
on location mostly.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
I kind of want to do it.
What would it say?
you can get a really nice billboard for like $5,000.
I don't know. I haven't thought about it yet.
We could do it for the show.
Like marry
Yeah.
me, Nikki.
Oh.
And everyone's
Yeah.
like, who's Nikki? And then they scan, and they're just like, there's no Nikki on this
Yeah.
show. What are they? Who is Nikki?
Right.
But then we got all the Nickies in town to listen to the show and try to figure out if somebody's
I would
proposing.
I
to
would
them,
take out
and
a
they're
digital billboard, and then I would just,
not. And those are even cheaper.
I would just film a
'Cause they rotate.
5-second thing of me just taking a shower, and then just
Like a
play
GIF.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
But would it be
it's
like you
widescreen
being
though?
like
and it's
turning around shocked?
Would you go like
Yeah,
real
but-
far out, like in The Shining when the zombie gets out of the tub?
Yeah. But the shower curtain is kind of like Psycho, where you see the outline of me, but not full definition.
Is it in black and white or in color?
It's in color.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in color. And I would love for there to be sound with it too.
Well, how would they hear it?
Yeah, exactly.
You just
You know
that would
what's-
be crazy. It's like, what is that noise? They roll their window down. It's like that's a whole line array system on that billboard. You have like the speakers from the pageant
Yeah.
on each side.
And I really just want it to be like the water falling and like the scrubbing. Like I don't want it to really say anything.
The scrubbing.
The scrubbing for sure.
The scrubbing noise.
Yeah, I want them to get the scrubbing noise that happens when you wash your ass, the right in between the ass cheeks, the noise that happens when you get it real soapy.
Well,
Yeah, Home Alone stuff.
I would want my billboard to be right before yours, and I want it to say like, "Watch this,"
Yeah,
or "God is real."
God is real.
Jesus is king.
Jesus is
You
king.
know?
Christ is king.
Christ is king.
Some of the deeper rumor mill is suggesting he's going to come back on a UFO.
He's already here.
That's my thing.
Yeah.
I don't think he actually left.
Yeah.
I think he's just ascended beyond the veil,
Right.
and he's with me right now.
Always.
That's why I don't struggle with it. That's why I'm not afraid of a goose.
Exactly. That's why I'm not afraid of a goose.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck a goose. I'm not jumping out of an airplane
Okay.
because if the worst happens, kingdom of heaven.
Kingdom of
Can I get
heaven.
an amen?
Amen.
Amen.
That's
I
a
said
weird.
my prayers.
That's a weird segment.
It's
for
a whole
Pride
half
Month
hour.
stream.
Did you know, though? Last thing, just in case you need this for the next time you're on a flight, it's a perfect half hour between when the pilot decides to start to descend and then land. It's the right amount of time for a rosary.
Do you feel like how is your pace on the rosary? If it's 30 minutes for you, is that average? You think, or do you think you do it quicker or slower?
Okay, so you have to do, what is it? Isn't it 6 decades of a rosary? It takes about 5 minutes to do 1 decade.
Feels like it
That's
takes
10.
6 decades to get through a rosary, if you know what I mean.
But oh. God is real.
God is real.
That's how that UFO guy signed off that thing we keep talking
Exactly.
about. Okay, is that why you're saying that?
Well, yeah, but I've been saying it.
That's the thing. You have always said that.
You all thought I was joking.
What about
If I could be a priest, I would, but I wanted to be a nun.
yeah,
You know?
yeah, me too.
Because I didn't want to have to do all of the work. I wanted to be cloistered.
Yeah.
I wanted to
You
have
still
it.
want to be cloistered.
I still want to be cloistered. It's not fair. It's bullshit.
Yeah, this whole being on the grid thing. Like you used to have like nieces and nephews and shit that the government didn't really know about. You know what I mean? Like remember True Detective? There was not really a lot of paperwork about that illegitimate child that the bad guy had, and that was the murderer the whole time or something.
Yeah.
He was off the grid, and you know, my friend's aunt had a baby in secret when she was real young, and she was a nun later in life, and nobody ever knew about that. And then recently, that lady's emerged. She said, "Hey, so I figured out that my mom was your aunt, but she's deceased. But I just wanted you to know that I exist, and she's a really cool lady, and my friends are all really into, but nobody knew. Like, nobody knew for like 60 years that this lady existed, and their aunt's been dead for a while. And so, like, there's no, like, real closure to get from anybody who would have known that she, had a baby and adopted the baby out and whatnot, because they were a deeply... I almost said closeted. They were deeply Catholic family.
Well,
Deeply closeted.
I'm deep.
two
in
sides
the
of the same coin.
And because you used to be able to kind of keep more of that stuff under wraps. You know what I mean? There wasn't 9 months of you looking kind of pregnant on Facebook that somebody could then pull up later and be like, "What happened? Didn't you? What?" You know what I mean? You could kind of...
You could just go away.
Yeah. Especially, yeah.
You just go away.
Right.
Yeah.
You could just go out to California.
Yeah, go
Have
up
that
to...
baby.
You don't even have to go that far.
You could, though.
Oh, yeah. If I was going to cloister myself somewhere, I'd go to Innsbruck.
You know what? You could just
Austria?
do
No, just out here.
I would go to Innsbruck, Austria.
I do like Austria.
Yeah.
I've been to Austria. I don't think Europe is fun right now, though. When I went to Europe in 2005, Europe was beautiful and fun. Right now, it looks a little crazy. Have you seen any of the things on the social media about the...
The only thing I'm seeing in Europe right now is Pitbull concerts.
Pitbulls in Europe?
Pitbulls in Europe.
Oh, it must not be that bad, Pitbulls in Europe.
Everybody is wearing bald caps to his shows.
That's in Europe that's
Yes.
happening?
Yeah.
I saw him last summer.
Here at the...
With T-Pain.
Was it amazing?
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I went with Emma.
Oh. Love her.
Yeah, and Keenan didn't go because Keenan was pregnant. It was sold out, though.
Dale.
I didn't realize people loved Pitbull like that.
I think it's a nostalgia thing now, isn't it? Because...
But it was crazy. He played like an hour and a half, and I knew all of the songs.
yeah.
I had heard them all before.
Right.
Wow.
That's
But
what
I
was
would never tell you Pitbull was one of the most prolific artists of my generation.
Right.
He's a part of the soundtrack of our college years, I'd say.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
But it's crazy how much music we used to listen to involuntarily.
Right.
That I know so much of that material, and I know I've never looked up Pitbull on Spotify.
The Pitbull song in my head right now is the "I Know You Want Me."
Oh, yeah.
I know I want you.
I know
I
you
know you
want
want
me.
me.
You know I want you.
What Pitbull song do you have?
That's a good one.
I had that at the hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. She at the motel, hotel, Holiday Inn.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was good when they were doing that. Fireball was huge when I was still drinking and out in the world.
And Rum Chata.
Well, Fireball's a Pitbull song.
Oh. I was thinking of the alcoholic beverage, but
Right.
yeah, Fireball. Oh, that was a fun one.
And he had a song with Neo that I used to love.
I love Miss Independent.
Tonight.
Yeah,
That
Tonight.
still plays on the radio all the time.
All
I
the
love it.
time.
Yeah,
It's timeless.
Tonight.
Have you ever seen Neo without his hat on?
No.
Oh, girl. It's bad.
Is it?
I did musical mug shots at trivia a couple weeks ago, and it's like you would have no idea who this person was. It's like, cause he always wears a hat, he's not really doing a whole lot. Like, people do some real magic up there to make it look like you have a hairline you don't have.
Yeah.
He's not doing any of that.
He's not even just shaving his head bald.
No, well, not in the mug shot.
Oh man.
Oh, here, I can pull up the mug shot now, I think. Because
Why not shave it off?
this is my thing. But
Shave it off.
maybe he was on vacation. Like, I don't know what people are doing.
I stay out too late.
I go on too many
I'm
dates.
turning 35.
I'm turning 35.
Shave it off. Shave it off.
Shave it off. Neo mugshot.
I have a question. Do you think that people would judge me if I went to Turkey to get a hair transplant?
Do you feel like you need to do that?
Not really, but I kind of think I could do it if I wanted to. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. I would not. He could come into work anytime and I would not know who he was.
Right, without the hat.
Yeah. Are you making that as a T-shirt, or did you just
Yeah,
find
so
that?
we're going to do this as a shirt, Neo's mugshot. And it's not as bad as it was in my memory. In my memory, the hair was a lot longer.
Oh.
But it's not great. You know,
No.
he doesn't want to be seen like that. It's also the shape of his head. So he's got
Right,
male
he's got a
pattern
really
baldness
long
on a
head.
really pointy top of his head. And it kind of looks like his face is like a mask that goes over somebody else's face, is what that looks like.
Usually masks do.
Right.
That's the joke.
Right. Good point. Good point. Excellent point. I got to get packed up to go to Off-Broadway, Blinded by Stereo tonight, No Antics tomorrow. New music happening this summer. What are you guys looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to being gay through June. And,
Praise God.
it couldn't have come any
Give it
sooner.
up to the Lord.
And I'm looking forward to doing gay improv tomorrow. And I think there's some gay improv happening at the end of the month as well, June 30th.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so come see some gay improv.
Gay improv. New record from Blinded by Stereo. It's on vinyl. I was just listening to it upstairs. It sounds really nice. So I'm excited about that.
Good.
You kind of work your normal schedule in the summer?
Yep. I'm looking forward to going to the American Library Association's conference in Philadelphia.
When's that?
It is the last week of June.
Oh, perfect. That's coming
Keynote
up.
speakers. I don't know where to start. Gina Davis.
Ooh.
George Takei.
Oh.
Gretchen Whitmer.
Oh, that's going to be so fun.
Yes.
Oh.
So look forward to supporting your local library.
I love that. Well, jacobv.com, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week.
That was fun.
Oh, perfect. Much better momentum than